is going to be a what I eat in a day. And if you're new here, my name is Lizzie, and I am the discount vegan. I make budget-friendly vegan recipes and teach you how to garden, even in the smallest spaces. See, look at that. I grew myself into a clean, better person, just like that. So let's head off to the kitchen and grab some breakfast. My absolute favorite thing right now, and has been for years, is coffee. The only difference is now I grind my own beans. I don't roast them, but I grind them. And I believe this is still the Jumping Bean brand. I still love them. And while I'm grinding, I just like to take a quick gander at all of my vegetables growing, see what's popping up and what is getting new leaves and new blooms and everything. I also just like to look outside. So pop in my coffee, because coffee is life. I've become very basic again. I just want a straight coffee right now. Nothing complex, nothing Starbucksy. Love me some Starbucks, but ooh, look at that transition. I love that. So grab my mug, my sugar. Fun fact, I don't drink as much coffee anymore because I cannot handle that much sugar. It gives me anxiety now. So only 1 cup of coffee a day. And then I love to mix it with my little frother since I have it. It just blends everything together a lot better, and I don't have to waste a spoon. So I'm trying this silk half and half. I think it's oat milk and coconut, if I believe I am correct. And yeah, it's not bad actually. It's quite thick. I was surprised by that. I stopped frothing my milk because I was using it, and it does not froth that well for me, so I stopped doing that while I'm using it. Now this is a recipe that's hopefully coming soon. This is a little bit of a dessert bread that I'm testing out. This was one of the pretty close but not quite there loaves that I made. So I'm just using it up and having it for breakfast with a little bit of margarine, some Basil vegan margarine on top. This is my go-to margarine. It is still pretty well priced. Of course, with inflation, it's gotten a little bit more expensive, but so has everything, right? So let's get our day started because I have my breakfast ready. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I am a snacks girl. I am a savory girl. These are my favorite chips. Doritos Sweet Chili Heat is the only Doritos I can find that are actually vegan, and I love them. Like, love them, love them, love them. Like, I can eat a whole bag on my own in one sitting, which is why I am doing this whole bowl thing. And then, of course, cleaning up the little bit of breakfast. I put all my coffee grounds into a separate baggie. It just helps save a little space in my garbage can. So put that all away. Put it away. And look at that one cupboard door. It's always open. I always forget to close it. So here's my snack. It is quite delicious and I'm very excited about it. And about an hour or so later, here's my lunch. Now, these fried onions are so good. I had them on top of some chickpea salad with cucumber in it, and then of course my Hellmann's vegan mayo. I'm obsessed with paprika right now. And let's get the chickpea salad started. So I cook about 1 to 2 cups of chickpeas every week because they're my favorite bean. So I'm just gonna put some in a separate container and start crushing most of them, like 98% of them up. And this does sometimes bend my fork. Let me know if it bends yours too. I have to always bend it back. And then add some cucumber into the chickpea salad because it just adds the crunch and it's so good. I also sometimes add pickles as well. Let me know what you put in your chickpea salad. I'm really curious. I think I've seen peppers too, but I'm not a huge pepper fan unless it's a hot pepper. So just cut everything up into tiny bite-sized pieces, just like this. And of course, I always take the opportunity to look outside. I love looking outside. I hardly go out there, but I like looking at it. And now, get to season and mix-ish up. So I'm just adding paprika in. I want to do something really simple with this one. So it's just paprika, salt, and then some pepper. I know it could be seasoned so much better, but I don't know about you. This is real life. And sometimes I just want to be as basic as possible. Simple, stress-free, don't need to worry about it. So now that all of that is in, the mayo. Again, Hellmann's mayo. I still haven't veered off of Hellmann's mayo because again, it's the cheapest I've found. I have seen a couple of compliments based plant-based mayo. I haven't tried it yet. Let me know if you want me to try it, and then I'll look into it. I just haven't gotten it yet. So mix the mayo in, make a nice little spread, because this is gonna go on tortillas. I used to make my tortillas, but honestly, I like the ones that are at the store better. I know that sounds horrible, but it's just so much easier too. So I cut up a tomato because tomatoes are amazing. And then let's assemble this wrap. Oh my goodness. This was so good. So just the chickpea salad, these amazing fried crispy onions. They are vegan. I found them at Dollarama. At Dollarama for $1, I think. $1.25, something like that. They are amazing and I am addicted. They are my new fixation food. And then tomato and a pickle, because pickles, you can never go wrong with it. Wrap that baby up and start again. Because you can't just have one. You can't just have one. It doesn't work that way. Now, one thing I don't have, and that's because it didn't grow this year, is lettuce. I attempted to grow 3 to 4 different varieties of lettuce that I had seeds for, and none of them germinated this year. But I'm such a stickler, so I'm gonna keep trying until I run out. And then I'll probably be buying a bunch in the, I don't know, winter. And that's lunch, folks. A glass of water, nice cold glass of water, and 2 wraps. That was really filling. So as you can tell by how dark it is, I ate dinner really, really late. And I don't know if you're having the same problem as I am, but Bob's Red Mill's TVP, I can't find it anywhere except for online on Amazon, where it's like, I think $60. So I found this Nutrella brand in Walmart, and it's like $2.99 or something like that. So I'm just soaking them to rehydrate them while I cut up an onion. There we go. I'm finding onions really delicious right now. Normally it's like a meh veggie for me, but right now I'm really digging them. And I'm buying them quite often, which is very interesting at the grocery stores because they're kind of hit and miss. Okay, don't hate me for my cutting skills. This was a very tough, for some reason, even though it wound up being delicious. This was a very tough onion. And I can cut like this because I've never, not once in my memory, cut myself ever. I've given myself paper cuts, but I have never cut myself with a knife. Cha-ching! So I can cut like this. And that is my excuse. So I'm just roughly dicing up my onions. I'm gonna saute them off in a little bit of butter. Well, not butter, but does anyone else do this? Do you have a stock container that you keep in your freezer? This is full, like, pardon the pun, but stock full of veggie scraps and ends. And I love making stock. And then when I'm done with the stock, I actually dig a hole in my planter box and put them at the bottom of my planter. And it does so well. So now we're going to saute everything off. Just cook it all up. Got the margarine again. I honestly don't go through that much margarine, but it looks like a lot every time that I film these. It looks like I use a lot, but I really don't. So heat the pan, get that margarine, and I know my camera placement really blows for this video, and I'm so sorry about it. It's been a long time since I filmed anything, and I just decided, what the heck, because I move it anyways. So now you can see what I'm cooking off. And now I'm also cutting up some mushrooms, because mushrooms are always a good time. Always a good time. So chop them up. I like to make them nice and thick, especially when I'm making spaghetti. I like nice chunky veggies in my spaghetti because yeah, sauce and noodles just don't work for me. Like, oh, that's a story for another time. But let's get these all sauteed up and cooked, and they're gonna be so delicious. They were very delicious. They were so delicious. And I forgot to turn the camera on. This is what I'm talking about. I forgot to turn the camera back on. What did I put in? Oregano and tomato paste. I've been on a kick of just using tomato paste and thinning it out because it's so flavorful. I do believe I added in a little bit of margarine again as well as an oil factor to kind of thin it out because I ran out of olive oil. That is why I was using so much margarine. So let's get the pasta cooked. That looks like such a lot of pasta. Such a lotta? That looks like a lot of pasta, doesn't it? But it's really not because, like, I eat a lot of pasta. And I love my pasta. I have a pasta video if you want to make it, like, from scratch. I have that video as well. Add that on the side. Get it boiling, and then finally adding in the TVP. You might also see it called TSP. Sometimes it's textured vegetable protein. Sometimes it's textured soy protein. I think it just all depends on like the brand and what they use and whatnot. So I did add some of the excess liquid from the TVP into it. You can kind of see that there. Adding the pasta, the final end of the cooking process. It always takes so much longer to cook than it does to eat for me. Am I the only one? Like, I just powerhouse my meals down. Especially when they taste good. Especially when they taste good. They wind up being in my belly within like, I don't know, 5-10 minutes compared to the hour, sometimes 2 hours it takes to cook. Like, it's so unfair. So mix this up. Now, because I did use just tomato paste, I'm going to use some of the pasta water and just thin it out so that it becomes a little bit more creamy and delicious. And let me tell you, this was so delicious. It was so delicious. Oh my goodness. I need to make this again. I've been making it about once a week. Look at that. Oh. And I do have pasta sauce recipes. I have a meat sauce recipe, a vegan meat sauce recipe, and a more simplified version. If you want, look down below. I have them tagged. And look at this. Oh my goodness, look at me. I'm plating. Look how pretty and simple that is. I kind of wish I had some basil because I would put that on top, but I don't right now because I ran out of seeds. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.